picture? Yep. I want your parents to sign it.
I never got one yesterday.
Wait, so it's due tomorrow?
Why do I need this back? Because my mom's not home today.
What if you come and
I'll be looking for them tomorrow.
Parents are all over you. Why do we do I don't know.
Okay. Let's take a look at these answers together. We're going to go over the questions. If you don't have something completed, then fill it in. If you made a mistake, fix it. Okay? Yes? I mean, ideally tomorrow, so that I know that somebody knows at home that you have a quiz tomorrow, right? But it's not late if you don't bring it back tomorrow. You just show me when you can show me that it's signed. Okay? But perfect circumstance would be tonight. So maybe you're forced into having a conversation about it.
Why do you need a parent signature?
Okay, so question 1. Remember, we're doing inequalities. They're basically equations with a few little hidden details. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add 2x to both sides. So now I have 5x minus 8 is less than 22. And then I'm going to add 8 to both sides. So now I have 5x is less than 30. Divide by 5. X is less than 6. Do I have open or closed? Circle. Open. And remember, it needs to be very obvious that it's open.
Let's go.
Thank you. Okay, question 2. I'm going to add 21 to both sides. Now I have 36 is less than 3x. Divide by 3. 12 is less than x, or you could say x is greater than 12. Open at 12 and going to the right. How are we doing so far? Good? Okay.
So far, I wouldn't be failing.
That's good. All right, so then we're going to solve this one. I'm going to subtract 3x from the left. 2 is greater than or equal to 2x minus 8. Add 8 to both sides. 10 is greater than or equal to 2x. Divide by 2. 5 is greater than or equal to x, or you could say x is less than or equal to 5. Close circle, because it's or equal to.
Oh, I did the graph.
Yeah, so remember, you can only point it in this direction if the variable's on the left. Right, so that's why I rewrite it with the variable on the left. Yes, sir?
It's a closed dot, right?
It is. I know it's kind of hard to see with the glare. There you go. Is that better? Okay. All right, so then I'm going to distribute. So I get 6x plus 4 is greater than or equal to 4x plus 12. Subtract 4x from both sides. 2x plus 4 is greater than or equal to 12. subtract 4 from both sides. 2x is greater than or equal to 8. X is greater than or equal to 4. Closed point, arrow to the right. How are we feeling? Good? Okay. If you have a question, please, this is your time to ask. Quiz is tomorrow. All right, then we get into our compound inequalities. I went ahead and drew the borders for this one so that I can see the two inequalities I'm going to solve. -5 is less than or equal to 2x plus 3. 8 is less than or equal to 2x. 4 is less than or equal to x, is what I got on the left side. And then 2x plus 3 is less than 11. Minus 3 on both sides. 2x is less than 8. Well, this should be negative, so that's negative 4. X is less than 4. And so then if I write this fancy, -4 less than or equal to x, which is less than 4. So this one's closed, this one's open, and they are connected.
Find out so fast. I know, but all we have was our iPads. Miss Decker told our whole class.
I didn't see it during my class.
Jack told us our whole class.
Someone told me at the end of 6th period.
Well, about
Jack told our whole class.
Jack, can I get a
Okay, for this one we have or. Okay, back on track please. We're going to solve this or. So my graph we know is going to go in opposite directions. Subtract 7 from both sides. 3x is less than 5. Divide by 3. X is less than 5 over 3. Add 1 to both sides. -4x is less than -13. Divide by -4. X is greater than 13 over 4. Right? So then we just have to figure out where do these fall. Which one's greater? 5/3 or 13/4? 13/4. Right, because this is going to be 3 1/4. This is going to be 1 2/3. Right, so they just go in opposite directions. Okay, let's turn around. Let's look at the back now. We have Ernest working in a shipping department. Each empty crate weighs 150 pounds. Boxes weigh 35 pounds each. Write an inequality to determine the number of boxes. So that right there tells me my variable is going to be number of boxes. Right? That's what I'm trying to determine, the number of boxes he can put in the crate if the total weight is to be no more than 850 pounds. So does anybody want to share what their inequality was for this? What'd you come up with, Harsha?
150 plus 35x is less than or equal to 800.
Perfect.
That's what I got.
Right? Now, you could have these two switched. You could have 35x plus 150 or 150 plus 35x. Same thing. Now, when we get to graphing, like equations and inequalities, you're going to want to have this first because that's going to be your slope and this would be your y-intercept, right? So, but right now it doesn't really matter. So when I solve this, I'm going to subtract 150 from both sides. 35x is less than or equal to 700. Divide by 35. X is less than or equal to 20. And so I did have some people say, do I really need to show anything less than 0? I mean, because it has to do with a story and like a situation, right, you're not going to have like negative weight. But so depending on how you graph it, but it definitely needs to be closed and going to the left. So then we come to this word interpret, right? It means, what does this represent? What does this actually mean in the context of the story? Zane?
There could be a maximum of 20 boxes in each crate.
Yep. What's another way you could say it? Same thing, but what's another way you could phrase it? Sebastian?
There can be 20 or less boxes in each crate.
Sure. Right? So when it comes time tomorrow for the quiz, both of those would be correct, right? Yes.
That can mean no more than 19 boxes. That one.
No more than 20. Yep. Because it can be 20. It just can't go, I think it said it has to be no more than 850, so it can be 850. It just can't be more than that, right? So exactly 20 boxes or less. And then number 10 was kind of a weird question. That's just going to be a free point. You're all just going to get that free point. I don't know how you would explain it. Like,
I did.
I subtracted and then I divided.
An inequality and use the law of equality to break it down to get my answer of x is less than.
I might change the question for tomorrow's quiz to be something more interesting. It'll still be basically a free point. Okay, so put this in your binder. It goes home. Your binder goes home tonight.